Good morning. It is Friday Eve, and we are so excited that you're joining us today. And welcome to Cincy Lifestyle.
Absolutely. We're glad to have you. You know, this is a pretty big day if you're a Reds fan.
Oh, really? Tell me about it.
It's also a pretty big day if you're a spring fan because, you know, it kind of follows that, you know, the Reds start getting active and spring can't be far away.
Oh.
Hadn't been that bad a winter, but
Fantastic.
still. The Reds caravan is hitting the road today.
Okay.
That's exactly right. It's a sure sign that not long from now, they'll be going to spring training and before you know it, play ball. So several of the players, Dave Bell, the manager, and Marty Brennaman will be hitting the road over the next 3 days, 4 days, I think it is. They're going to do a number of tours in different states just to get the fan base all warmed up and ready to go.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is a good sign that it is happening.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm excited about that.
Now, in addition to Dave Bell, I think we mentioned Marty Brennaman would be out there. Mike Moustakas, one of the players, will be there. And my favorite player name, I don't know the guy, but I love his name.
What is it?
Aristides Aquino.
Oh.
I love that. Aristides Aquino. Anyway.
And no one says it better than you.
I made it up. Amir Garrett is going, Josh Van Meter, Lucas Sims, Jose De Leon, and again, Marty Brennaman, who is, by the way, a Reds Hall of Fame inductee.
Wow.
Right.
Oh, that is great. So people will get to see like a lot of the team and a lot of the stars.
Well, right. Today it'll be the people in Columbus, Louisville, Athens, Ohio, and Muncie, Indiana.
Okay. You know what? It's fun that their fan base reaches so far.
Exactly.
It does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, so the next thing you know, they'll be putting equipment out to put on the buses. Of course, the news department, sports department will be down there to show it. And then they'll be under warm, sunny skies, and then we will too.
Oh.
That's what excites me about all this.
So that isn't what excites you, is that spring's coming. That's right.
You know,
Speaking of spring, yes, you know what? I've been asking around here for some
sinuses.
My sinuses are killing me. Anybody at home understand what I'm saying? Because spring is not in the air, but the flu and cold and sinus infections are in the air.
I was going to let you borrow my hanky.
Right. Borrow? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give it back. Right. So
after a little dip in alcohol and then some flame and all that kind of stuff.
So if you have a remedy at home that you use that for sinus infections, colds, that is, you can't miss it, it's guaranteed to make you better, would you send us a Facebook message so I can get with it and use that?
And so the rest of us don't have to worry quite so much.
That's right. Yeah, we started off the show where Clyde was way on the other side, and I think he was glad, right?
I was.
Until they told us, move closer, move closer.
Let me make sure nothing, okay, we're good, we're good. Hey, you know, we've been kind of flipping our wigs over this week's Cincinnati Curiosities. Greg Hand, the brain behind all things curious, brings us the story of 3 phrenologists in our town. What's a phrenologist, you ask? We'll explain that and how it fits into Cincinnati's unique history just ahead.
Her name was Temperance Hartman Pocock Kenzie. She was among the very first woman doctors in Cincinnati. As early as 1856, she was described as a fine physician by one of her professors, the formidable W. Byrd Powell, a titan of the eclectic medical movement. In the first edition of his masterwork, The Natural History of Human Temperance, Powell describes Dr. Kenzie in what he apparently thought was a compliment, as an exemplar of the bilious encephalic temperament. In other words, although essentially feminine, she thought like a man. So taken was Dr. Powell with the bilious encephalic Dr. Kenzie that he included in his will a most unusual bequest. Dr. Powell died in 1866, and one can only imagine the reaction when his will was probated, because Dr. Powell gave and bequeathed to Dr. Kenzie his head. Yep, he left instructions for another doctor, A.T. Keckler, to remove the head from his body and to present it to his favorite student, Dr. Kenzie. You see, W. Byrd Powell was a noted phrenologist and was much invested in studying how the inner essence of human beings was expressed through the shape of their heads. It was rather common at the time for phrenologists to donate their heads to science. So it was that shortly after W. Bird Powell was consigned to his grave in Covington's Linden Grove Cemetery, his eternal rest was disturbed, the body exhumed, and his head removed by Dr. Alva Curtis, another of Dr. Kinsey's medical instructors. We must note here that almost simultaneously with Dr. Powell's demise, Dr. Kinsey became Dr. Kinsey Keckler by marrying the very same Adolphus Turner Keckler who'd been authorized to remove Dr. Powell's head. Keckler was also a doctor and also a student of Dr. Powell's. We may be forgiven for suspecting that A.T. Keckler married T.H. Kinsey only to gain access to Dr. Powell's bequeathed cranium. Both Keckler and Kinsey were trained as phrenologists, obsessed with skulls and heads. A contemporary news item states that Dr. Keckler maintained a collection of more than 400 preserved skulls and heads. One wonders where he kept this collection. It appears that the marriage was a reasonably happy one. Temperance practiced medicine with an exclusively female clientele until her death in 1893. A.T. Keckler survived her until 1911, gaining some renown as a colleague of Charles Darwin. There was no mention at his death of who inherited his 400 heads.
And joining us now is the head curator of these curiosities, Greg Hand. Head and hand together. Always good to have you. Always good to have you here, Greg.
How can I top that?
Hey, I don't know. You win by a nose. Anyway, so whatever happened to all of those heads?
You know, this is fascinating. Here's this guy with 400 heads, and it's well known. It appears in the newspaper that he has 400 heads. He made a trip down to Louisville where there was an execution taking place just to get another head for his collection. Was unsuccessful, but still 400. And there's never been I can't find any news coverage that says so-and-so died, and oh, by the way, in his house there's 400 heads. I have no idea what happened to the 400
Oh
heads.
my gosh.
Wow.
I'm thinking in the back room at a medical school or something, we've probably got something like this.
Like 400 heads.
Yeah.
Wow. So what happened to the rest of Powell's body?
It's still there. It's still there in Linden Grove Cemetery.
Really?
They disinterred him, surgically removed his head, passed it on to his inheritor.
Oh my God.
And then put the rest of him back in. Apparently the gravesite is unmarked, but all the records seem to indicate that he's back there sleeping the long sleep, as they used to say.
So were they really serious about phrenology?
They were, indeed.
Really?
Indeed. You know, you've got to remember at this time, this was before Pasteur came up with the whole germ theory. This was when, you know, top-notch, high-tech medicine was bleeding you, no matter what the disease was,
yeah.
you know. So if you have hay fever, you know,
Right.
that's their cure.
Now, see, you asked for ideas. Here's an idea.
There we go, yeah.
But they absolutely they took this seriously, and well toward the end of the century, Cincinnati newspapers would publish reports on the phrenology of candidates for office.
Really?
And the phrenology, the bumps on the head of our public
Right.
servants, that sort of thing.
Oh, wow, bumps on the head.
Took this very serious.
I'd have a definite future if you marked bumps on the head. Let me tell you, I look like a Klingon if you shave my head. Well, so how can people read more about those Cincinnati Curiosities?
The easiest way, Google Cincinnati Curiosities, and you will find the blog.
All right, I can't wait for the next one.
Yes, always fun. Thank you so much, Greg, for coming on. We
Always a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. A man ahead of his time. Okay, I was holding that one. You're right. You're right. I was holding it the whole show. All right. Thank you. Saving time and money is most likely important to you. It's important to most homeowners, and if making the inside of your home a more comfortable place is on your list of resolutions this year, you're going to want to listen up. We've got Amanda Kinsella, Marketing Director at Logan AC and Heat Services with us today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Logan Services.
So Logan Services is a owned and operated family dealership, and we specialize in residential heating and cooling. We know everything about trying to keep your home comfortable year-round.
You also know about helping to save people time.
Absolutely, and we're trying to make it easier for our customers. Right now on our website, we have built out a pricing tool. So you don't have to leave your recliner or your couch. You can just go to our website and check out the pricing tool. It takes just minutes to get a quote for your home. We also have a texting tool on there, so if phone calls aren't your thing, you can text us and ask us your questions about heating.
That makes it really easy. Okay, so some people wait until tax time, till they get their tax refund to improve their home or get some work done. So what is your message for those people?
Yeah, I think it's on everybody's mind right now. I'm getting a tax refund, and how will I utilize it best? If heating and air conditioning is on the list, I would recommend to viewers out there not to wait. We do have financing options available right now, and we also have a free furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner. That's going to save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and with that financing, it'll get you through till you do get that tax refund. Maybe even the possibility of using it on another project. We've all got them.
We do. You know, quickly, you have some partnerships that really help you get the job done. Can you tell us quickly about that?
We do. We are Ohio's largest #1 residential train dealer by volume. And also we are Mitsubishi Electric's elite diamond contractor here in Cincinnati.
Okay, and tell us where people can reach you.
Find us on our website, like I was telling you earlier. Really check out those tools, utilize them, and if an emergency, give us a call. We're there if you want to talk to someone in person.
Okay, Amanda, thank you so much. Logan Services, check them out.
All right, Mona, thanks a lot. Coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, bet you didn't know hospice care could be free. That's right, we address how you can help family members during their final stages in life at little to no cost. Plus, whether you're a weekend warrior or a professional athlete, a sports injury can happen at any time. Our friends at Beacon Orthopedics will tell you how they can help get you back to the things you love. So be sure to keep it right here. Let's check outside. Whether you have a broken collarbone, a bum knee, or a spastic spine, there's one place that's sure to take great care of you, and that place is Beacon Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today, we talk with Dr. Robert Rolfe about Beacon's complete comprehensive care and how it can get you back on your feet faster.
Good morning. I'm here at Beacon Orthopedics with Dr. Robert Rolfe to talk about the comprehensive care model. Dr. Rolfe, welcome. Can you explain a little bit what the comprehensive care model is?
When I think of comprehensive care with orthopedics, I think of having a facility where you have everything available to you. So a patient not only goes in to see the physician, but they can go to physical therapy, they can get their imaging done, and they can even have surgery.
Now, does it matter the kind of injuries? What kind of injuries are you seeing under the model?
Well, we see all orthopedic injuries. We're known for sports medicine, but we also have spine physicians, we have hand physicians, we have physicians who do joint replacement. We also have non-operative orthopedic physicians, so we try to offer all orthopedic solutions to our patients.
So let's talk a little bit about diagnosis and treatment. What can you tell me about that?
So when a patient comes into the office, we're going to sit and talk to them and try to come up with why are you hurting and what can we do to help you. And sometimes you just can't get that from talking to them, so you want to have imaging. So we can walk them over and get their MRI, or we can start physical therapy right there. We want to be able to sit them down and not only come up with their diagnosis, but also come up with a plan to try to help them in their treatment.
So let's talk about what happens after the treatment phase when you get into the rehab phase. What goes on with that part of it?
So you're going to go to physical therapy a few days a week, and they're going to guide you not only then, but they're also going to give you things that you can do at home, because it really is a process. You know, once you've had surgery, it's not just you go to physical therapy and you're done. You may be in physical therapy or doing those exercises for up to a year. So physical therapy is key to most orthopedic procedures that we do. And it's important to have them as close as they are, because if they're not doing well, they can walk them over and we can look at them and see what's going on and see if we need to develop another plan.
So what do you think the benefits are of the comprehensive care model?
I think it allows patients to go to one place where we have everything available to them. They can see the physician, they can get imaging that day and surgery the next day if they need to, and then physical therapy to follow.
So Dr. Rolfe, how can patients get more information about this?
It's easy. You can schedule online, and we even have access to call agents 24/7. We have 8 locations throughout the tri-state area and 26 fellowship-trained physicians.
All right, Dr. Rolfe, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Now, you can schedule your appointment with Dr. Rolfe at Beacon 24/7 online at beaconortho.com/schedule, or just give them a call, 513-354-3700. Mona?
When you have a loved one who can no longer be helped by medical treatments, you still want to make sure they are comfortable and pain-free. And that's where Midwest Hospice comes in. They help patients and families during this difficult time. And right now, I want to welcome Tara Wolf-Jackson, the Director of Provider Relations at Midwest Hospice. Tara, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so explain just what hospice is.
So hospice is a medical care team that provides service for anyone that has a terminal illness. It helps them deal with their pain management, psychosocial issues, as well as spiritual issues through the dying process. Not just for the patient, but for the family as well.
So when and how should people look into these services?
It is really best to look into them as soon as you have a diagnosis that's a terminal one, like CHF or COPD. Studies have shown that patients that start hospice services earlier in the process live 29 days longer than if they wait until the last 10 days of lifespan. With all of the extra services that are provided with the nursing visits and aids and spiritual services, people end up living longer. It increases their quality of life and keeps them comfortable.
You know, that's amazing. But I have to ask, who pays for hospice?
You're going to think this is amazing too, because hospice is covered at 100% by Medicare, Medicaid, and majority of private insurances. And in fact, they cover all of the doctor visits, nurses visits, any medication, equipment, or supplies that's related to the terminal diagnosis of the patient.
So what are some of the misconceptions about hospice that we can clear up today?
One of the biggest misconceptions is that hospice is a place, a freestanding place, and it's not. It's actually, hospice can be provided wherever a patient calls home. We provide service for Midwest Hospice at hospitals, homes, apartments, and nursing facilities. Another misconception is that you have to sign a DNR for hospice.
Tell me about when and how people should contact hospice services.
Most people think that they have to wait for their physician to talk about hospice services or palliative care services, and in fact that's not the case. Most of the time it is driven by family members needing extra services for their loved ones or themselves. So it is fine to just go ahead and approach your physician about it, or you can leave that part up to us and we'll contact the physician about hospice services for your loved one.
Wow, okay, so where can people get more information about Midwest Hospice?
They can visit our website at midwest-hospice.com, or they can call our office to set up an informational meeting, which is what we recommend the most.
All right, Tara, thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. Midwest Hospice,
Thank you.
Great service for families.
Wow, lots of great information there. Now stay with us. We'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has full episodes of the show on YouTube. You can find fun segments you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. Just be sure to search Cincy Lifestyle on YouTube.com and stick around. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Beautiful look at the skyline out there. Things seem to be clearing up a little bit. A little hint of sunshine out there. PK, the director, has spent all of his time setting up this shot, trying to count the windows in the buildings. He's still stuck at 5. The people we work with, folks.
I know. We love them. We couldn't do the show
all these
without
head
them.
jokes after Greg
Oh,
Hand.
right. After that story, yes, the head jokes just continue.
Just keep on coming.
Yes, they do. Well, coming up tomorrow here on Cincy Lifestyle, we promote some self-care by trying out a saltwater tank. Yes, join us as we take a moment of zen and learn how these saltwater pods can help reduce headaches and relieve achy joints.
Well, you know, all of a sudden, that sounds pretty good.
It does, right? That may be the answer.
All right, then grab up the little ones. Get ready to discover Cincinnati Parent Magazine's annual Discovery Day and how it can help you find dentists, preschools, summer camps, and a whole lot more. All that happening tomorrow on Cincy Lifestyle. High fives, too.
Yeah, that's great. You know what? When my son Aaron was small, I remember that I spent my January finding summer camps for him. So, yes.
So we're going to help
We're
you with
helping
that
you
process.
out. We're going to do it for you.
Absolutely.
That's right.
That is Cincy Lifestyle for this Thursday, January 16th. Oh, look, Mona, what's that?
Oh, all the ways that you can reach us, Clyde, and let me know what your remedies are for sinus, drainage, and more.
Kleenex.
Have a great day.
Kleenex. Hey, thank you so much for watching our video. Now, if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, be sure to make it a great day.